Take us back to the night in question concerning your wife, Kathleen. What happened that night?
That night, December the 9th, Kathleen and I were watching TV. And about 10 o'clock, I guess it was, 11 o'clock, my son, Todd, and his girlfriend came over, and they talked. And they were all going off to a party, and they left. And then we went into the kitchen, and the answering machine was blinking. And so I picked it up, and it was for Kathleen. Call Canada immediately. She worked for Nortel, which was a Canadian firm. And so she called Canada, who told her, oh, you have a teleconference in the morning, which was a total surprise to Kathleen. And then she hung up. And Kathleen, who was a director at Nortel, was very keyed up now. I mean, this was, kids and I would call it her Nortel mode. And she did not now want to go to bed. So we got the rest of the wine, we went out to the pool, and we talked. And again, one of those things, what do you talk about when your wife's going to die in a couple of minutes? Well, I didn't know she was going to die, so I'm sure we just talked about Christmas was coming up, what we're going to get the kids, things like that. And then she said to me, well, I got to go to bed. I'm going to go upstairs for the teleconference in the morning. And I said, okay, good night, dear. And that was the last I saw her, really, alive, vibrant, was walking from the pool towards the house. And I stayed out there for maybe an hour. I might have dozed, I honestly don't know. It was a beautiful night. The pool was sparkling, and it was just really magical. I was happy with my life. So then I got up, and I went into the house, the back way. And then I was going to go around. It was a very big house, and go around and lock the rest of the house up. And then I turned the corner, and then on the back staircase, I saw her. She's just lying at the bottom of the stairs. And it was, like, what? And so I went to her, and the first thing I noticed was, there was blood, but I wasn't aware of that much blood until later. But she was crumpled up on the floor, and I picked her up, and I held her, and then I called 911.
John 911, where's your emergency? 1810 Cedar Street, please. What's wrong? My wife had an accident. She's still breathing. What kind of accident? She's down the stairs. She's still breathing.
And I got some towels, and I put it under her head. And she was dying. I knew that. I mean, I'd seen it in Vietnam, and she was just dying. And I called 911. When are you coming? How much longer?
911, where's your emergency?
Where are they? 1810 Cedar. She's not breathing. Please, would you hurry up?
I ran to the front door and opened the front door, thinking, it wasn't locked, but wanted to make sure so that when EMT came in, they'd be right there. And then she just died. Just that last exhale. And then that's when, just about at that time, EMT came running in.
Well, in the first call, she was still breathing. You said she was still breathing?
Yeah.
But then you talked to him 15 minutes later.
Was it that long? I can't remember.
And you said that she had quit breathing at that point.
Right.
So you were actually with her when she took her last breath?
Yes, absolutely. Yes.
According to the DA, by the time the first responders got there, the blood had coagulated and was dry.
I think that some of it had. Again, she might have fallen, it was slick. I think that there were some drops that might have coagulated, but there was the fresh blood. She bled out, and I would imagine maybe some of it had coagulated.